What's up, Madden fans? Lethal back with another video. I know it's been a minute, but today I want to bring out some Madden content. I'm pretty much all about Madden now. I'm trying to possibly go professional at some point, so this is what I've been on. So right now I'm in a ranked game. I mainly use the 49ers because you have to use either 49ers or Chiefs, and I'm going against H doubles 56. All right. This game is over. If I pick up one more first down, it's a GG. I'm currently trying to recruit people for my Madden group, and I'm explaining a little bit more of that once we get into the next part of the video. But yeah, so the main way of me finding people for the Madden group is I'm trying to play people online. I don't want to just ask anybody to join because everybody ain't gonna take it seriously. I'm trying to find people, get a game in, see if they interested or not. That's my goal right now. So right here, 2nd and 6, I'm gonna go ahead and get a ball to Coleman. He brings everybody inside. I go to the outside. I was gonna fall down anyway, and that was a GG against H doubles 56. So H doubles 56, I added him after the game because I was trying to see if he was interested in joining the group. And he was just like, man, let's just run it back. And I'm like, cool, well, if you want to run it back, let's just 1-1 in this thing that my group is setting up. He said, fine, we can do it. His favorite team is the all-time Cowboys. I said, cool. I got that, that far done, so we set the game up. So right here, we're searching for the game. He's going to be the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. You can kind of see Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Bob Lilly, Terrell Owens, Donovan McNabb. Yeah, so the way my group is set up is we're trying to transition into pro, and to go pro you pretty much do have to play MUT. But not all of us want to spend the money and coins and trying to do it. You just want to prepare your team when it's time to play, for that particular mode. So we have this set up, the all-time rosters for each team, which I'm currently still working on. But we have it set up to where it's kind of like MUT. All right, you get 3 X factors on offense, 3 on defense, and then we just work on lab, game strategy, different things to help improve your Madden game. So if you are interested, please let me know. I'm on the PlayStation side. Lethal Mindset. That's my gamer tag. Just hit me up and I will do my best to try to get you in this group. I'm only looking for around 30 to 32 people. And I'm going to sit there for a minute till I get it exactly the way I want it. But getting into this gameplay, the reason why I like playing in this style just a little bit more than I do Regs or MUT is because, one, I'm going to see a multitude of different teams. Like when I play Regs, like I said, it's just Chiefs, 49ers. You might see Green Bay, you might see Minnesota, you might see New Orleans, you might see Houston. Other than that, that's the only teams people use, and it's not really fair. It's like when you're good at the game, you want to try different teams, but like when you always got to go against Tyreek Hill, and you always got to go against 49ers, it just gets old. And like I said, I like this because now every team has a fair chance with their team. So Dallas is souped up. As you see, Emmitt Smith breaking it off, Brian Dawkins. And the Eagles are souped up. So this is a fair game, back and forth. The skill set is on all Madden. More than likely, once we really get going, I'm going to drop it to all pro because that's what they play on pro when you turn pro. So I'll focus on. Right here, I should have had a pick with Ron Dawkins, but I kind of hesitated for a second. That's a nice dot by Troy Aikman. So yeah, so for the people that might be interested in the group, it's great. Like we look at this roster and be like, yo, man, this is tight. They got all the players, and it's something you're interested in. Like I said, my gamer tag is Lethal Mindset. It's Lethal, 2 dashes Mindset, and I'll be more than lucky to have you, work with you, and help you become a better Madden player. My cousin, MB Greatness 20, he's currently working on cracking the top 100. He's like around ranked like 105 or 106. Like he's right outside the top 100 right now, but he's currently working to try to get there. And yeah, we're just grinding our way at it. I was ranked in MUT draft at one point. I was like number 50 something in MUT draft. So like we both have experience playing Madden. We both know what we're doing, and we're constantly working on adjustments to get better. All right, there's not really a defense we haven't seen, and we can help you work on adjustments. We can help you work on, what we noticed to help make you better. Now this particular game, I did not have my playbook. So normally my game plan, I run a series of dive and stretches. I'm a runner. My cousin MB Greatness, he's a passer, so we always laughing with each other. But me being a runner, I need to have dive stretch concepts. Alright, because more than likely if one don't work, the other one does. And it's very tough to stop. It's harder, in my opinion, to stop the run game than it is to stop the passing game. Alright, passing game, if you get people in the right spot and you get a tendency for what routes they're going to run, you can stop it. But with the run, you got to hope you get pressure in the backfield. You got to hope they make the tackle. I mean, it's just harder to stop, in my opinion. I've always been a runner, so it's nothing new for me. So I'm working the ball down the field, and this is where you can tell I'm not a passer. I had X open, I had square open, and this is where I threw the football. And not only did I throw it there, I'm thinking Donovan McNabb would have been fast enough to catch Anthony Brown, but he was nowhere to be found. Anthony Brown takes it for a pick six. Now, in situations like this, I know H-56, he's thinking in his head, like, I shouldn't have won the last game. The game was a fluke. Madden is trash and all that other good stuff. No, I can't blame him as an opponent when you're, playing. It's like I said, even though I can see it on the replay what stuff I had open, when you're in the game, it's so much harder to make those reads. You just kind of go for what you feel like is open. Right here, I get a nice play with Brian Westbrook. Nobody's going to catch him for a touchdown, so I close the gap. The score is 14-7. Now, the thing about my opponent, and which is one thing we'll try to help people as you see Emmitt Smith get loose one more time. The problem with my opponent's game plan is he doesn't know what he is. He doesn't know whether he's a passer. He doesn't know whether he's a runner. His tails are very obvious. Like when he comes out to this set, if he motions the running back, he runs it 100% of the time. If he don't motion the running back, he passes it 100% of the time. At that point, all I have to do is set up my defense in a way that it's going to be prepared for the pass, and if I see the run, make the quick adjustment so I can stop it. And that's all I had to do to clamp this man's run, offensive scheme. Because you see right here, we're going to get the stop. And this is kind of going to prove my point right here. Like, when he motions Terrell Owens, he's running. When he don't, So right here, he motions. What is he doing? He's running. Now, Chuck Bernard laid the wood right there. Fortunately for him, his team recovered the ball. But, that just kind of made him stop running the football. The thing is, if you're a runner, you can never stop running the football, ever. If you keep playing, eventually you're going to break one. That's just the way the game is. The thing about passing in Madden is, if you do not make the interception or the big play that you're supposed to make, it'll come back to hunt you every single time. So right here, I kind of noticed when I played in the first game, this kind of the concept he liked to run. And if I take everything away, Brian Dawkins is going to come down with a pick. When you take everything away, I manned up who I had to. He throws interceptions. So for me, I'm still a runner. But like I said, since I don't have my normal playbook, I gotta try to dot as much as I can up and down the field. I'm not looking for the big play. I had big play opportunities, just couldn't make those reads, and I'm still working on it. But right here, this is what I can do. I catch you in a defense, whether it was cover 3 or man-to-man right there, I know that out route's always going to be open. Right here, I'm so glad I took the sack, because if I hadn't, I would have did something stupid. And in these situations, I'm still learning, and most of the time in a situation like this, I just go ahead and punt the football. You know, no reason to try to risk getting a big play. Could I pick up the first? Yes, but there's really no reason to risk this right here, because if I don't get it, possibly get my opponent, you know, a field goal opportunity, and I don't want to do that. So those are little things that we're working on to get better at the game. Fortunately, like I said, I pretty much had my opponent in a bag for what he wanted to like run on offense, whether he wanted to run it or pass it. So that pretty much did it towards halftime. You know, nothing really spectacular happened, you know, leading into halftime. He kind of got this off right here, but you know, he did the same thing he been doing. He thought he had a man wide open, gets tipped, picked off, take a knee, and that's pretty much how that half ends. Alright, so going into the second half, you have to be aware of special teams. Special teams are a big part of the game that nobody really pays attention to. Alright, so I got ball to start the half, and pretty much just pay attention to this entire drive and how off balance my opponents is. And this is what happens to most people when they play Madden. This happens to me when I'm playing online. You know, especially if I'm playing a team like the Vikings or 49ers or even the Packers. You know, a team with a very talented running back and some decent receivers, and they come out and they look like this. Right here, I got a nice chunk of yards just running a simple dive play. And pretty much for defenses, I always got these quick out routes available, and I know I have that, so I like to just mess with my opponent's heads. I want to see if he possibly is going to run commit at any point, because, you know, this is when it gets tested. You know, I pick up a big game, then I pick up the first. And it's like, all right, we reset again. And I'll keep coming out in the same look. My opponent has no idea what play I'm going to run. He's kind of like guessing at this point. I'm very good at reading the holes, and same play. And I'm pretty sure this happens to a lot of people, whether it be a passing play or a running play, where somebody will come out, and for some reason, no matter what you do, right here, I made one simple motion. He pretty much think I'm past it. I break it to the outside, pick up a nice game. All on the while, this is still the same play. This is still the same HB dive. You can pretty much tell your opponent is picking the same play because of how quick, you know, I'm coming back out on offense. So even though he knows I'm running a dive, and I probably could have got sticky, cut inside, and got up the field, but this is setting up for a bigger play. Once I got him to commit so much to this run, like I said, he wants to kind of come in there until he stops it. I have no reason to do anything else. As you see, I stopped this time, cut up, get the first down. Until he stops it, there's really no reason to run another play. Alright, he's not in a very good run defense, and he's refusing to send pressure to stop the dive up the middle. And the problem is, by the time you say, you know what, I'm going to try to stop it, as you see him come out in another look, I finally decided to switch it up. So once I drop back the pass here, pressure doesn't get in, I make a good read, end up getting a touchdown. I also had Terrell Owens open on the other side if I decided to go there, but, you know, it's easy. At this part of the game, this is where most people who are decent at the game but ain't necessarily look to get better, they just kind of keep playing. This is where most people mess up. The score is 14-14. Emmitt Smith has been getting a big gain here, big gain there. Why did H-Doubles 56 abandon the running game? Right here, he had a one-play touchdown because I accidentally ran committed as I was trying to switch something up. I didn't mean to run commit right there. Obviously, he's passing. He's in an empty set. But, you know, I was just trying to make my adjustments. I got quick hike. But now that my adjustments are set, why is he continually passing the ball without having Emmitt Smith in a position to show the threat of running? This is where he could be so much better at the game. This is what we laugh for. This is what we try to help people with their individual game plays. Alright, we're not trying to show you trick plays that you can find on YouTube. We want to help people develop a game plan, stick to it, find out whether they're a runner or a passer. Whatever you are is fine. You have to stick with it. He has not necessarily dotted me up all game. Now, this look right here was a better look. As you see him run, he didn't get a bunch of yards, but yet he picked up the first down. And if he pays attention and if he learns a little bit more about the run game, if he possibly bounces that to the outside, it could go for a much bigger game. Another thing you might want to consider is seeing all my people on one side, just simply flip the play. You know, little things like that that'll help him get better. But watch the awareness by me. He's doing one route all game. I take that out. Where else does he go? He's been hitting me up with Michael Irvin on that out route all game. And I noticed where he just passed the ball this time. So you know what? He comes out in the same exact look, which most people do. This time, I put square in a nice little mid zone. I come down. And since I took that out, it gave me time to get the sack. Now it's 3rd and 19. Of course, he's looking for the big play. And he's going to go back to what he knows. The play I've been bagging all game, he's going to go back to it. You know, he's going to notice that I'm constantly in cover 3. But what he does not tend to realize is that I'm manning up that slot guy so that guy is not a threat. You know, that means I can watch the other slot without it being a problem. And by the time you think something's open, we get the sack. Now here's why I say special teams are a big part of the game. If you're going to punt the ball, don't punt it to somebody with that much speed. You know, most of y'all play against the Chiefs, you don't punt it to Tyreek Hill. And with this, you can't punt to Deshaun Jackson. He has 99 speed. We all remember when he had 100 speed on the game. As you see the stick work, get to the outside. I'm a R1 that thing into the end zone. Right here, now my opponent's frustrated. And again, he's only down 7 with a whole quarter to go. I'm smart enough to know I'm not going to kick the ball to Tavon Austin. I'm going to go ahead and kick it out of bounds. But this is where you can tell you got your opponents frustrated. And this is where a lot of people need to get better and not be so frustrated to quit out of a game. Alright, you're only down 7. Come out, run the ball. You know, get a feel for what your opponent's doing. You never know. With the run game, you might break a big one. You just might. Especially if you're a passer. You just might break a big run. Because they don't expect you to do it anyway. And my opponent's going to come out and pass anyway. I've been bagging this up all game. Chuck Bernard is going to catch Emmitt Smith. And that's going to be a pick 6 and my opponent's going to quit. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll catch you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoyed my very first Madden blog. I'm out.